Good morning. How's everyone day? Did everyone sleep well? Sorry for the wait. I kind of feel like, how to say that, couldn't sleep well last night. In case anyone need to know, it's not definitely because of the moon or whatever, because I couldn't sleep very well last night. Just that's all I can say. I feel so sleepy. I didn't even play any game. I was just trying for 1-2 hours of trying to sleep. I just couldn't sleep at all. But anyway, I still managed to sleep at least a few hours, so I guess that's good. Alright, any case, today we'll be doing quite a short one exercise hopefully. I mean, based on the what I'll be doing. To be honest, I can't remember what was the fitness I need to do. But let's just see how it goes. Okay, good morning. Genshin update is already there is like definitely I was talking about this yesterday though. Like Genshin update. Right now today is Genshin update and I'll be streaming Genshin up 2.8 in 3 hours late times. I'll be playing that. I mean, it would be a nice time to start around now if once the update should be out in around 1 hour or so. Yeah, the summer will definitely be earlier today. Once the update is released, they will definitely release it. For me, I got 30 cool, so I think I'll be pulling for Kree. Hopefully I'll get Hanzo first. I don't mind getting Hanzo at C0. I mean like Shinobu I got at C0. But I prefer to at the very least see how much I can pull first before I can decide on anything.
Yes, just like that. Next is the heel over stretch. Bring the insides of your ankles up toward the ring.
It's very hard though. Although I curse you not to get support character, that doesn't mean that Kree is a support character, you know. Kree is actually a DPS character. It's just that her mechanism is just weird. And here the reason why I wanted to get her is that she is just fun to have in the party. But at the same time, it depends whether on your luck. I mean, you mentioned that you got very good luck on getting Ayaka and Jin and Ito all at a recent time, and I don't understand why you having Ayaka have you not tried putting her out or something?
Yes, looking great. Finally, spread your feet. Raise the ring thong above your head and lean to the side.
But at the same time, I don't really like about putting too much 5-star in such a short while. Because in a sense that sometimes when you got a good luck now, for some reason the system will actually capture it, and the chance of you getting the character you want will not happen the next time. So it's like sometimes the game is just mechanism is just weird. Well, let's just see how it goes. I mean, for me, I'll definitely go for Kree first because at the same, I mean, like Kree is cute, but the most important thing is that Hanzo is also part of the package. So there are people who want to pull for Kazuha. Kazuha is a great support in any team comp. Like initially, it was Venti who is one of the best support due to his grouping of the birds. But Kazuha is actually had overtaken Venti in terms of that, and despite his ability, I would say that between Venti and Kazuha and Venti got each their own power. But what made Kazuha stand out a lot more than most people might actually initially thought of was that Kazuha's ability to give more damage to your DPS character and applying the damage with his burst can actually help out on the long run because of how much it can do to the enemy, as well as increasing the damage of your character at the same time. So, in a sense, the reason why I always recommend people to at that time save for Kazuha is that getting Kazuha can help you on the long run because Kazuha is so far everyone who got Kazuha is very happy with him, and what made everyone regretted not pulling for him. Because at that time, a lot of people keep on saying that Sucrose, there is a 4-star Sucrose, and everyone was like thinking that, oh, we got Sucrose, we don't need a Kazuha, because Sucrose and Kazuha is the same, doing the same thing. But when everyone noticed how great Kazuha is in terms of applying more damage than Sucrose, able to explore the map easily, as well as having a lot of fun moment with, and at the same time applying longer duration than Sucrose ability. That's just what made everyone regret about not getting Kazuha, and because of that, everyone was like waiting for Kazuha rerun for like almost a year. It in Kazuha and Kree both had the longest waiting time for a rerun, so for Kazuha not get everyone was like waiting for Kazuha for a year already. For about a year time. And personally why I was like if you guys can get Kazuha, try your luck. Even if you don't have a primal gem for it. But the one thing is that Kazuha will be a good addition to anyone's team because of his ability. If everyone because in a sense that everyone who don't have a great mammal support, he is one of the characters to have in the whole team. If I don't say, I'm not saying that Venti is weak, don't get me wrong. The one thing that a lot of people tend to misunderstand the difference between Venti and Kazuha is that Venti is only good built due to his burst. That's all Venti burst do. Venti burst. The reason why I tend to use Venti in my showcase is that Venti is a character that many of the veteran players as well as current character might think that the Venti Archon is the Memo Archon is the best one. But the one thing is that Venti is only good in one thing, and that is grouping. He's able to gather the enemy much easier. Like for example, the Veteran set, the one that I should show you when I keep using Raigen, Shogun, and Venti. That is the only time when I don't use a healer. It's because of my ability to. Venti is have a very wide range of sucking the enemy out. And Kazuha has a smaller range of grouping enemy out. But the thing is you need to understand, Venti burst is very hard to position. So unless you are very good with Venti burst and his positioning, I don't recommend using Venti for in terms of any run because Venti burst sometimes can actually went out of the map. So if you can't position your Venti and his burst properly, your Venti burst is just going to land in a very weird position. Sometimes it can land on top of even Zhongli burst, you know. I mean Zhongli E. There are a few times when I actually group the enemy and I position my Venti right in front of Zhongli E ability, the pillar. And it actually the burst actually instead of like landing in the middle of the pillar, it actually land on top of the pillar. And it didn't suck in the enemy in because it was too high. And that's the reason why when people ask me about the between support, why is Kazuha the one overtaking Venti in terms of in the long run is that Venti is just not good in terms of Venti is just only good in grouping, but he's not good in terms of applying the damage at all. But the one that is good in applying the damage is actually Kazuha. And that is the reason why a lot of people realize that the difference between about Kazuha and Venti is that The difference between Kazuha and Bandit is that Kazuha is able to apply the damage in a huge range when using his burst. His burst actually cover a much range, although it doesn't do the sucking of the enemy into him with his burst. The thing is that a lot of people tend to forget that his elemental ability is that he can actually suck the enemy in if you with a cooldown of 6 to 9 seconds depending on whether you tap or hold. If you tap the skill you suck the closest enemy to you in a short range, but it can you can still that cooldown will do a 6 second and it runs very fast. But 9 seconds suck the much larger range of the enemy and it give you a 9 second cooldown. But the thing is a 6 second to 9 second cooldown, meaning to say that you don't need any energy to use his suckage. 好了，4个3关后面。Do you sleep well? Although right now I'm doing with exercise. The one thing is that, Kenza, you need to understand, for Kazuha, you don't need energy to do the sucking, but Venti need energy. That's why that's in terms of explorating or normal killing of the enemy. Kazuha in the long run always make it easier to explore. Thank you for the energy drink. I do need it later. Right now I'm doing ring fit exercise, so my voice is kind of weird. Oh my god. And also the one thing is that in case Kensan you need to understand, Kazuha and Bandit is the best combo in the game at the moment. So there is a combo that a lot of people tend not to use and tend to use a lot. It's about using Benny Boy burst and then Kazuha burst. Then the two other characters that, like example, if you got two cryo team, you can use their freeze and then the enemy will get pepperized easily. That's why Kazuha, in terms of Venti burst as well as Kazuha burst just apply the elemental burst very, very easily. Bye baby. Hala, masukkan lah. The first gone already. Thank you. Right, I see. But in any case, when it comes to Kazuha, I would just say that for anyone who can get him, he is a great addition to any King Kong. Because as for right now, many King Kong that I recommend don't really use him because I want to stay away from using Kazuha a lot. But in the long run, when there is way more metal, I can assure you guys that having Kazuha in the team does make him open out a lot of metals, and definitely I will be showcasing Kazuha later on in my Genshin stream later. I mean, I already got him, so I will be showing him. And again, a lot of people tend to forget is that the difference between Kazuha and Venti is that Kazuha is actually much more free to play friendly as compared to Venti. Venti is kind of you have to a little bit pay to play. I won't say you have to fully go to pay to play, but Venti need a lot more investment than Kazuha. Kazuha don't really need that much investment. Oh my god, why am I doing exercise in the first 1 minute and I'm getting also tired already? And I haven't even started the full exercise yet. Yeah. Hey, I feel like, oh man. Oh. Oh my god. But anyway, Genshin, just in case you need to know, I will just say that I will just showcase the different later on when I'm doing live stream. And if you want, you can just tell me when you are there, and then I will just show you the difference between Venti and Kazuha in the Twitch stream later on when I'm doing Genshin. And I will just determine. I will let you determine yourself whether Venti or Kazuha which one is better. But in the sense that, in my opinion, I do rate Kazuha slightly higher than Venti. You can't find anywhere sis. There's no way people go and says they are Benny Boy, okay? Unless you are crazy enough to do that. Because the one thing is that you need to understand, when you says Benny Boy, any character with in the burst will have their ability, will have their skill became pyro infused, and in a sense that I won't say if you remove a lot of metal, it actually open out a few metal, but a lot of the characters in the long run will become much useless. Like for example, Edula, Razor. These two characters will become useless if you want to pair them with Benny Boy. So for C6 Benny or Bennett, whatever how you want to call him, for him is that staying for him as long as he's C5 at maximum, it's actually considered alright. Because what you want is that his burst as C6 is really ridiculous, and it's just only meant for him and Diluc. Personally, that's what I think. Like Diluc actually has a very if you build him as pyro damage, Diluc is definitely benefit from that. But the only thing is that so far he's only benefit a few characters, not a lot. Most characters, if you actually see says Benny Boy, it actually close out a lot of team comp in yourself. It actually close out a lot of team comp, and the one thing is that Ganyu charge attack doesn't infuse with the pyro. You won't get pepperized effect with C6 Bennett. C6 Bennett is to infuse your weapon with pyro, but that works a little bit differently for for any bow user in Genshin. You need to understand that when you charge attack your character for all the bow user, your no matter what the infusion is, it will always be the charge attack of your elemental. For example, Chao is Hydro. When you normal attack him using Benny C6, it will be all attack will be pyro. But when you charge attack, when you use your charge attack, the attack will consider Hydro, not pyro. You won't get the infusion that you want. Because I had tried this, and the one thing is that a lot of people say that I don't have a C6 Benny. How can I try it? You don't need a C6. You don't need a C6 Benny Boy. All you need is a Chongyu. Chongyu ability. It's just basically that Benny C6 will become a Chongyu, but it's Hydro Chongyu. And I tried using Chongyu infusion. So a lot of people tend to forget about that. Benny C6 is not a good infusion because it's just basically making Chongyu. You are just only making a pyro Chongyu, and that in the long run is not really what you want though. And Chongyu infusion is the same mechanism in Chongyu E. If you can't infuse using the charge bow, there is no point on getting an infusion at all. Because what you need to do is basically you just change your game style from charge attack like for example if you are using Ganyu with C6 Benny Boy, the only combo that I can think out of is like basically you charge attack using Ganyu. Basically you just use Ganyu burst, and then you just use Benny Boy, and then use Ganyu to normal shoot the enemy. But the thing is, you need to understand that will actually decrease the damage because most people will build their Ganyu with cryo damage, you know. If you're and the thing is that you won't get the pyro damage increase. That's the reason why I say it only benefit character like Diluc. Because Diluc is actually when you build him up, most people will give him the pyro goblet. But you don't give pyro goblet to your Ganyu, right? If you tell me if you give pyro to your Ganyu, then maybe it might increase. But it doesn't. Most people will give cryo damage to Ganyu. So in a sense that doesn't increase the damage of your normal your normal attack. Even in the long run, that's the reason why many people, if you check many content creators, even I agree with the part that Benny Boy is not just overrated, but at the same time he is not deserved of being C6 at all. And it's a good thing that their ability is at C6, you know. Imagine if the ability at C1 or C2. That will make Benny Boy the worst. And that is the reason why it's not recommended to C6 Benny Boy at all. Maximum C5, that's all. Even when people ask me, my Benny Boy is just at C4, and I'm not intending to get him that much. And even if I got him again, I won't C6 him. Because you do not want to have a C6 Benny Boy in the long run. It just don't benefit many characters at all. So don't think about having don't think someone will be stupid enough to do a C6 Benny Boy with Granule Sugar. It doesn't work at all. バンタユージンさん。私Q卡了如果你是来拿分的话，你可以拿分。我现在是用英文做广播。So the one thing in the case you need to understand, don't think about searching online for C6 Bennett with Ganyu. It doesn't work. I know I can make it work. If anyone asks me, I can definitely make it work. But in the long run, I would just say it doesn't work. Because if you actually go with that way, the only thing that I can say is if you want to really see this Benny Boy, I recommend just get Kazuha and then be done with it. No, the thing is, I'm not a person who will stop people from getting C6 Benny Boy. But the thing is, no matter what the situation, like for example, if you really get C6 Bennett, then 100% I would just say everyone need to have at least Kazuha. If you do not have Kazuha, you can't see it's just gonna be useless. That's why for you because the one thing is you need to understand, when you get Bennett Boy, this one is something that I discussed with. In theory, someone tested it out. It's kind of fun. It works funny in a funny way, but Kazuha will benefit the most when it comes to C6 Bennett. And if you don't have him, if you do not have Kazuha, it will kind of work in the one thing is that Kazuha burst and E ability benefit you can just basically use Kazuha burst because in the sense that no matter what the constellation of Bennett, Kazuha always benefit from he will always benefit from Bennett. Because the one thing is that when you get no whether you get infused or not, Kazuha burst will always infuse the fire. And when that happens, not only do you increase the pyro damage of your characters, but also at the same time making your character much more able to do damage. And you can actually pair character like Diluc or Xiangling or even Hu Tao in that team comp because of Bennett's ability to infuse pyro damage. And that in the long run is much better. Although no most of the time I would say that Diluc will benefit 100% from Cecil's Bennett. Okay, before we talk about Kazuha infusion, you need to understand what makes Kazuha the best. Not just because of his E ability, but his burst at the same time. The thing is that for Kazuha, when he uses his burst, although his burst doesn't do suckage like Venti, what it do is actually to cover a huge range of AoE skill. It do a huge AoE skill on a damage over time per sec. It's like damage over time. And what actually happened was the first elemental that it hit. For example, if you are under the infusion of Bennett Pyro, like for example, when you stand on Bennett in burst, you get pyro insulated. Basically, what I mean is that you won't get a pyro infusion, but the thing is that you will get a bit of pyro on you. So basically, enemy can still overcharge, can still do an elemental to you because you're on fire. But that in a sense means that character like Jinx and Kazuha, when they use their burst will become pyro damage per second. So in a sense that normally there is it was known as Kazuha and Benny. It was actually the original method is basically Jinx and Bennett. So basically you are using Bennett burst, then Jinx burst, and Jinx burst will every second do pyro damage. But the thing is, the AoE of Jinx burst is actually much smaller than Kazuha burst. So because of that, any enemy that is in the AoE of Kazuha burst will get attacked by pyro damage and swirl at the same time. So because of that, it's much easier to apply an elemental reaction damage to the enemy while you are in the Kazuha circle burst. And that is the reason why a lot of people tend to pair Bennett and Kazuha at the same time because of their ability to do pyro infusion to the enemy first, so that you can apply any elemental damage like Dragon Shogun Burst or and basically you can use the electro to do overcharge or you can use like Hydro or Cryo to do Pepperage and Melt. Because in terms of the damage wise, like I mentioned, Kazuha pair very well with Bennett. You know. Oh.
Okay, let's go. Careful not to lower your elbows. Okay. Awesome.
But in any case, whether you get Kazuha or not, it will depend on your luck. But like I mentioned again, the reason why I always say Kazuha is one of the best characters to pair with Bennett is it's a crazy combo. And it's much easier to apply using Kazuha burst because when you use Bendy burst, it doesn't really infuse the pyro damage elemental when using Bendy burst. Basically, uh, when they use his burst will start the enemy in and at the same time doing sword damage and elemental damage to the enemy. But the thing is, it doesn't infuse it just doesn't infuse Bennett burst that easily. But for Kazuha, when Kazuha used his burst, it immediately infused the first elemental it touched, which is basically Bennett Pyro. And because of that, it became much easier to use Kazuha with Bennett instead of Bendy with Bennett, or even Jinx with Bennett. And moreover, most people know that Bennett is also a good healer. I wouldn't say, personally, I prefer a full team healer instead of a active character healer. But when in the long run, like final ability is just only like a few minutes of fighting. You need to save every second. Definitely, in terms of healing and damage, you have to choose damage overall, but and just one healer in the game. So, when it comes to healing, I personally don't prefer Bennett as a healer, but when it comes to just the active character healer, definitely Bennett still help out in the long run if you know how to. But the thing is that for people who are not very good in dodging, Bennett is you need to have a double healer. It's basically Jinx and Bennett. But if you are very good in dodging, Kazuha and Bennett is really one of the crazy combo maps that have been defined since he got released. And it just worked in a very ridiculous way because of Kazuha's ability to increase the elemental that it infused. So basically what happened is, when Kazuha do a sword damage to the enemy using, I think it was just only his E ability, is that it increased the damage of the elemental it infused. So for example, like if Kazuha do pyro damage to the enemy, based on the calculation, based on how much elemental mastery it has, you increase 0.4% per elemental mastery of the elemental. So that's the reason why a lot of people tend to build high EM build for Kazuha, is that Kazuha will, like for example, if you pair Kazuha with a pyro damage dealer, it not just increase the pyro damage of your whole team, but at the same time making the main DPS to do more damage on the elemental at the same time. So there is a build called based on Bennett and Kazuha. And one of the team comp that I actually told someone to build and try out, it was the Lu, Xin Chiu, Kazuha, and Danny Boy. The damage just went sky high. And I got that team myself, so I can show you just how crazy that team comp is. And the one thing is that you need to understand is that my team is not fully built, even for Kazuha. My Kazuha is just holding a 4-star weapon and artifact, and yet he is doing high damage. And for Kazuha, you just need around 500 elemental mastery. You don't really, the highest you can build all the way to 1000. There is people who build 1000 all the way to 1000 elemental mastery. The increase of the damage is just crazy insane. So, although right now I'm just telling you what happened, I will show you later on when I'm doing the live stream. I mean, right now I'm doing ring fit. I mean, it's basically part of my routine to exercise every morning already. So right now I'm just doing exercise. But once I start the Genshin, I'll definitely do my dailies first. But once you see me start using a different team combo, you understand why I prefer. I personally, as much as I hate to say it, Kazuha is actually one step higher than Bandit. Because the position of Bandit Burst is just, you need to learn the mechanism of how to use his, place his burst. you can't hold his burst and make you plan on one direction. It's always like a fixed position in front of Venti. And that's the reason why when you see me use Venti, I always have to position myself very carefully. But Kazuha, when he used his burst, he is the center of the burst. And that makes the game much easier because you basically just use Penny Boy, then switch to Kazuha burst. You just don't need to position yourself to make sure that the burst will be pyro increase. You just need to switch and then use Kazuha burst. That's all. There's nothing to it. So that's the reason why that is one thing that caused Kazuha to be much easier to because it makes the whole game much easier.
Now's our chance. Full rush. Move about. Keeping your arms and back in line.
So for example, if you want to try Ganyu, for example, since you got Ganyu, you can actually go with a team comp of Ganyu burst, Vanny Boy burst, as well as Kazuha burst because it actually will do damage over time of Pepperize.
Bad feeling about.
You don't need to use Xiangling. You don't need to think about Xiangling in that team. You can go with Xiangling. You can just go with Xiangling. I mean, actually, you can go with Xiangling, Xingqiu, Kazuha, or Benny, or you can go with the team that you want: Ganyu, Rosalia, Kazuha, and Bennett. Not only does your whole team will increase based on Kazuha of EM, but at the same time, you don't need to have a double. You don't need to think about a double pyro team. You can just go with a. You can just replace Kazuha for it. And the melt damage over time with Ganyu burst is ridiculous because you need to understand Ganyu burst AoE. You just imagine that you know the AoE of Ganyu, right? Is when you use Kazuha burst, you can go if you can. It's the same AoE. It's the same AoE area, and you can even go with using Kazuha and Ganyu burst. So basically, when you use Ganyu burst, then you use Kazuha burst, you'll be doing double cryo damage over time, and you can just use a different team combo. You can just use a different team combo like Swiss team or double pyro. You can go with one Ganyu, two pyro, or you can go with two cryo, one Ganyu, and I mean one basically one of them is Ganyu, and then one Kazuha and one Bennett. So you normally the team comp I would say Bennett burst, Kazuha burst, then Ganyu burst. It will still do damage no matter what. And that's the reason why I say that Kazuha got way more was a meta defining character in the game.
Keep going. Select the skill.
Well, that will depend on your luck though. I mean, you got Ito already.
Overhead press. Okay, let's go. This exercise works your shoulders. Nice.
Because if you actually check many content creator, I personally I actually prefer Venti because it helps with exploration. Whenever I need someone to help someone, Venti is one of the best character. But in the long run, Kazuha actually made it for solo exploration. Kazuha is one of the best character.
Wonderful. Great.
So you need to. That's the reason why I say, always recommend people to try getting Kazuha. Is that he is one of the best support in the game. He's one of the best support in the game, and as even when people ask me why do I don't use Kazuha all the time, is that it's not I don't want to use Kazuha. He's too good not to use. And in order for me to build me and if you check any team comp, there is always Kazuha in that team comp, which I hate. For me, who want to build new metal in the game in Genshin Impact, I don't want to use character that is too Kazuha was actually the funny thing was that Kazuha was underrated at first, and when his new team comp start with popping out like out of nowhere, even when I start using him and show everyone what you can do with him, people start as those with Kazuha start experiment on using Kazuha, and it just went out. Like I always tell everyone, don't give a rating to a character when it got released. It's like you build the metal, try getting the character first, and then build it slowly. And once you got once new character other new character come in, you realize just how great the character, because a lot of people bash Kokomi, a lot of people bash Raiken Shogun, and when people start to realize how to use them, it's like what the I was like what the it's the same thing. It's always happened in Genshin Impact. When people talk about how weak the character is, it's just that people don't know how to build them. It's the same thing for Shinobu. Like when Shinobu came out, people was like expect after getting Leilang, when Leilang is just ridiculous. Was actually ridiculous from the get go. Like Leilang is really ridiculous from the get go. But Shinobu, a lot of people start to notice that no one know how to build her properly. And when I show my method of using her, a lot of people start to realize that everyone have been wrong on using her. And right now, you go and check, a lot of people start to realize on how to use Shinobu in their team comp. It's like you don't bash a character too soon. It's always like this. This is the problem in this society in this world that I observe. Is that everyone always every time I observe people, it's like people always like telling me, oh, this team is bad, that team is bad, this team is not good, that team is not good. It's like I always tell everyone to take note. It's not that the character is weak, it's just everyone just don't understand how to use the character. And Shinobu can be a DPS as well as a healer. It's just that she can go both route. She can go both route. It just depends on how you build her. You don't need to use her. You can go her with. You can use Shinobu as a full healer, or you can use Shinobu as a sub DPS damage, like EM, and using building her EM and making her doing more elemental damage over time. Is that it's just ridiculous though for Shinobu, and a lot of people just don't see it, and it takes a while for people to understand it. And that's the thing about content creating, is that when the character came out, everyone want to showcase their character as soon as possible. And for me, who don't really like to showcase my character at the first week after I get the character, is that I need time to build them. I also need time to understand what is their best mechanism to work them out, and what kind of team comp pair them out. And there is so many team comp that I really built out with Shinobu at the start, and it's just ridiculous at how people think that how to build them accordingly. And yet no people understand how great she can do. Like one of the team comp that actually paired Shinobu was actually with Ciel. Like basically, a lot of people didn't try building Ciel with Shinobu. I tried that team comp myself. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous in terms of damage. It helped to make myself much stronger, increase his damage a little bit stronger. And at the same time, he's also Ciel burst while taking damage over time. Because of that, in a way, Shinobu healing does help him in the long run. And because of that, a lot of people keep asking me like that, what is the best team combo for Shinobu? You just need to build around her. Then you'll understand what she can do. Hello, Benny. Do you sleep well? I know you just woke up, but do you sleep well? That's the most important question.
Fantastic. Awesome.
Really well, that's good to know. But don't forget to update your Genshin Impact. I mean, it should be out now though. Like 4 hours or 5 hours, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3. Still got 1 more hour. Less than 1 hour to be exact.
Okay. Fantastic.
Go and do it now then, if you forget.
Okay. Great. Let's pick up the pace. Here we go. Keep it up. Fine work. All right. 10 more.
I mean, for me, once I finish my exercise, I will go and take a break, take a shower, eat at least something. Then I will go and start playing Genshin Impact because I'll be doing live stream on Tuesday later on.
3.
So for anyone who are watching on YouTube, if you really want to, you can just go and check it out later.
The enemy's disoriented. Now's our
Okay, go and enjoy your food.
Be sure to keep your upper back straight. Excellent. That battle was epic.
Alright.
Now turn your exercise into experience points with a victory pose. Charge your swamp power, but don't over-release. Victory!
Lightly cover the IR motion camera.
Okay, no problem.
Your right thumb is shown.
As long as anything is related to Genshin Impact, then I know I can explain it.
Do not move your thumb.
But at the same time, like I said, you need to be careful when building a team. You have to try thrashing out. Don't tell me you argue with your friend over Genshin Impact though. That's the worst though. Hopefully not though. You can explain if you wish to. I don't mind listening. But if you need some advice, I can try to tell you what you need to say and what you need to prevent from saying though. I mean, I do give advice time to time.
You did it!
Also, if you want to keep it private, you can actually Discord me. I'll check my Discord later on. It's made about 2 things. Oh, your friend is made of 2 things. But how many things is your friend made though? I believe the culture is the one in Genshin Impact, right? Oh. Okay, 2 games. Dragon Ball Legend. Ah. I mean, for Genshin Impact, okay, for Genshin Impact, I think I warned you this that time already. Is that although you might seem that you're not bragging, like I told you before, it might give the other person a wrong impression. That's why, in a sense, is that
Shift your head.
the one thing is that I always tell everyone try to learn to be humble. And I know it's impossible. I know it's very hard. I know it's very hard to be humble.
Nice work.
But as long as if anyone asks that, if anyone can say what they can you get in your team, just tell them that it's not your word. It's like you wasn't expect. You have to. I know it's kind of hard to add. It's like you have to learn to say that you wasn't expecting it. You have to show it to them, and then your friend might slowly understand. It's that sometimes you just say that game culture work in a funny way. You have to explain it like you have to basically push the brain to the culture ing. The randomness is really weird, and make them understand is that they might hate you for it. But the thing is that you tell them that it's not your luck. You and in order to make that thing work, in order to make your thing work, you have to also show that sometimes you have bad luck. You have to show to someone that you don't have good luck all time. If your luck is really that good at all time, people will have the misunderstanding that your luck is good. So sometimes when I do Genshin Impact pool, a lot of people say that I got Hu Tao, I got this character, I got that character. I have to showcase that sometimes I really get very bad luck. Like the time when I pull for Ayato, Yarimiko, Zhongli, the amount of investment I have to get them is a lot. It's a lot to the point that everyone know that how much I had spent my effort into getting them, and that alone will prove to everyone that I don't have good luck all the time. You have to show them that you got bad luck at some point of your life, so that people know that you are just normal. If you actually keep showing to them that you keep getting good luck, definitely people will get mad at you. So you have to prove that you don't just tell them that oh you got bad luck. You have to prove to them that oh sometimes when even if the character that you don't want to pull and you have to act like you're going to pull for them, you want them desperate. You have to show them that you seem like you wanted that desperately. For example, like for your case, like example, right now there is a Kazuha and Kree banner coming out soon. Like for example, even if you don't want Kree, you have to act like you want Kree. You have to act like you wanted the Kree, and you feel and then you pull you like example you pull and then you feel to get her and then you act disappointed and when you get disappointed people realize that oh you wanted you what you want is not this character but that character but you feel to get the character you want so that people will feel a bit of sad they might not show it but they will feel they will, in their heart they will feel a little bit of this they'll feel a bit of happiness because they knew that you feel to get a character even though you don't really want to. You have to show so that's the reason why a lot of people say that I got good luck and then because of that I go with I sometimes just say that oh I want this character, I want that character. And sometimes when I add disappoint when I say I'm disappointed or not getting it's like I have to be sincere on how disappointed I am. And in a sense that you have to tell your friend is that what you got character that you don't want but you want another character and you have to show to your friend that it's like for example you don't want Ito, you want Kree and then you feel to get Kree then you can just tell your friend that oh I didn't get Kree I want it's like when people ask me about Chow. A reason why I don't use Chow in my team comp. I know Chow is a good character. A lot of people love Chow. Chow is also very popular in Japan. But yet, why the reason why I never use Chow in my team comp? Even I build him out. I even give him the one of the nice weapon. I even give him a few team metals when people ask me for advice. And yet, why do I not use him? It's because of him that I missed two character banner. I missed two character banner because I got him on the first time and the second time, and it broke my pity for the next character that I want, which was Zhongli. I feel to get Zhongli because of Chao, and when people ask me, I just say I hate Chao because I keep getting Chao and I didn't get the character I want, and it's like telling everyone that I got good luck on getting Chao, which everyone hate me for, but at the same time they understand that I also want what I want is not Chao, but I want the character afterwards. And in a sense that people know that sometimes it's just that it depends on my luck. So it's like you have to show proof that what it's not your luck that is working. It's just that you work on the wrong time at the wrong place or something, so that people will understand. It's not like, oh, you don't tell, oh, I got Ito. People are gonna give you a bad impression. It's because, oh, you got Ito, so what? You have to tell them, I don't want Ito. Why do Ito come home? I want clean. Ito just broke my PT. You have to say in this way. People will realize, oh, it's you are giving a different impression. You get what I'm saying, Ken? So you have to show that it's not just that I don't want Ito. You have to show reason like why you don't want Ito. You have to do something like, oh, Ito just broke my PT for Klee or something. Okay, you can explain about why you can do though. Although I have no idea what your friend do, and I'll try to explain what. I mean, there is many ways to go about it.
Okay, good. Try bending your elbow slightly and keep pulling on me.
But what? Because based on your answer, I might give. Right now, I'm judging him with two style of doing stuff. One of them is better. Definitely, I have the impression that he might be a very pity guy.
When you want to vacuum something up, just pull on me from both sides.
He was like, bro, you summoned and you didn't tell me. Like, what the fuck? I thought I told you when you. Okay, the one thing about. I think he might be a pity guy. Right now, my impression of him is that he's a pity guy. But the one thing is that you can. If he's mad at you for getting Ito, like I say, you have to tell him that you didn't want to get Ito. That is one thing that I have to say. But on the second thing is that if he say that, why do you not tell him? You can go with your reason, but most of the time I will just say that I'm just shocked at getting him to the point that I'm just disappointed on getting him, and I have no idea how to break this out to you because I do not want Ito. I would say something like this. Super kawaii hello. Super hello. Super Mario Link Red Sun. それで英語か日本語使いようかな。So I speak in English or I speak in Japanese. So. But anyway, how's your day? Do you sleep well? Although right now I'm just doing Ring Fit at the moment. And also at the same time, I'm also streaming on reality just in case. So if you find it weird that I'm talking to someone else, yes, I'm actually talking to someone in reality comment.
Feels great to move your body, right?
You're doing that you're trying to get a PT high. Show me your history. I mean, when your history is working in that way, like 9 Ayaka, then you get 9 Jeans, and then you get 9 at Ito. Definitely anyone would be mad though. Because when it comes to Genshin Impact, it's very hard to lie because of the history. And for my case, it's very like all I need to do is just show everyone how my history, and people will notice just how sometimes the luck. I don't do. There was one time when people asked me to show my Zhongli raid. I really didn't get him. But the only advice I can tell you is, Gansan, try pulling for. You don't just you shouldn't skip banner for you. You shouldn't try skipping banner. Sometimes you have to pull for you have to try pulling for different kind of banner to show proof that you did pull on different banner.
Drop your hips. Stir victory!
I mean, even I will be sad though. I mean, I can understand your friend because in a sense is that you can tell your friend that you got eaten, but the amount of pity for you, right? It's just ridiculous though. It's like 9-9, and then you just got the next character. Do you have any idea? Some people, like the reason why I can understand your friend is that when people ask me whether how I got so many characters, the thing is that I have to pay money for it, and the amount of who I get to that character, like it's not like 10 or 20, you know. Sometimes when I put for a character, I have to spend all the way to 150, 170 just to pull that specific character. And when I say 170, it was actually on one stupid character that no one would expect though. Just to because I just want to get it. Even Zhongli, even for me, right, when I get Zhongli, I have to pull all the way to 157 pull, you know, to get Zhongli. But in order for me to get that character, I have to pull all the way to 170 just to get the character, and it was actually Raigen Shogun. I pull all the way to the hardest limit, and just to get Raigen Shogun, alright? That's just how. That's the reason why I made my Raigen Shogun because of that. The amount of Primogen I saved just to pull for Raigen Shogun, it was that much. I know your pain, but at the same time you have to pull. You don't. For you who always keep banner, and not playing and not doing pull at all time, and not if you are not even not playing Genshin every single day, definitely you won't feel the pain of building. You won't even understand the full pain of building a character, you know, or even getting the character. And it's not about gacha or whatsoever. You have to, you know, you need to play Genshin on a daily basis to understand the pain of building out a character. But at the same time, you have to. I will just say that you need to.
Want to work on your form? Try this.
Then I guess in a sense is that for your case, right? For your case is that your luck just broke your friendship then, if that happened. But try to press him out. What the hell is this? Why is this so hard to press? He's pity. I feel like he's pity though. Is he petty or pity? I have no idea how to put people pronounce the word.
Ready? Go!
It's like he's just throwing a tantrum. That's what my impression of him right now has though. He used money. That even worse though.
Ready? Go!
I do use money. So that's why I can understand the pain on the fighting character. For you, you haven't even spent a single money on for getting a character. Obviously, anyone would be mad, right? Yeah. Why am I keep getting all the bomb? It's not about changing account, you know, cancel. When you say change account, that is the worst suggestion you can ask.
This will focus on working
Never ever say exchange account. Like never ever. That is an insult instead of a comfort, you know. You're denying because basically you're denying your friend effort on getting the character using the money.
Want to work on your form? Try this.
How will you feel if I mean like long ago definitely I know it's like long ago, but you do understand the sometimes whatever we say right can also mean a different thing, right?
Super.
It's not about exchanging a like you never go and tell anyone about changing a car, you know. That to even if you to me that is considered an insult, you know. Mm-hmm. Okay, the one thing I would just say that your friend who use money, right? Um, okay, Hanson, let me ask you one question. What would you think if you are in his position where you use money to get a character, and yet your friend couldn't get it? It's like your friend get all the character you want, but you couldn't get it, and you have to spend money for it. How do you feel? That's the most important question. You have to sometimes you have to stand on their position to understand the pain though. It's not about accepting it. It's not about whether you accept it or not. Then you miss the point. You have to okay. How about I explain this in this way? Example, if there is a character you love, there is a character that is coming out, you save for it, and your friend wasn't expecting it, and you save every primal gem, you save every effort, you farm for the character, and at the end of the day, you fail to get a character, but your friend just do one pull and the whole friend get it. The effort you put into trying to get a character, it will be all in deny. You know what I'm trying to point out or not? So in a sense, right, you might accept it, but I always say this a lot of time. Not everyone is like you, alright? Everyone is different. You have to sometimes stand on the person's shoes to understand what went wrong.
Alright, let's
The effort is like you might understand, but like I mentioned, sometimes whatever we say can rub the people the wrong way. I say this a lot of time every time when I do my stream, is that people need to understand that not everyone can think the same way. That's the reason why sometimes when you tell me, it's like sometimes I say better be careful of how you say, you might rub the people the wrong way. Even like John, there is a follower of mine who haven't been visiting my stream for a long time. His name is called Jordan. He's I think he's he say he's 14 years old or 15 years old. I'm not quite sure. I think he's 14 years old. He was really a brat. And when it comes to Genshin Impact, anyone who actually asks me, anyone who look at my Hutao 90 pool banner, he was laughing when I got Chi, but was mad when I got Hutao. It's like he always pisses me off a lot. But the one thing is that I always like, although I harsh on him, I always teach him learn how to change for a better man. I always give him the best advice, telling him what you need to do. But the thing is that I can't stop a person from getting bored. If a person is bored and don't want to come to my podcast, I will just say that I can't entertain you anymore. If you feel that I'm being boring. And because of that, most of the time I just say that you can just leave that. And because I don't really want to commit people who keep on coming to my podcast and just say that I'm bored. I will just like even if anyone tell me that I'm bored, I'll just say this word to me. I'll just say that just do something else. I can't entertain you all time, you know. So the one thing is that for him, he had learned to be a little bit better. He learned how not to be a brat. He learned how to do a lot of stuff that he's not supposed to do. I always try to give him the best advice, the best suggestion. Like he said that he looked very fat. He want to get a girl, but he looked very fat. I keep telling him to go and exercise. I said like you don't need to do exercise like every single day, but at least do some warm up exercise or some stretching to and then control your eating. Whether he listen to me, I always tell everyone I don't force you to do it. Whatever I give the suggestion, it's up to you to follow it. It's your will, it's your wisdom, it's your everything. It's based on your decision. But at the same time, many people who follow my suggestion and my advice always get the very good end. And for him, he sometimes follows, sometimes he doesn't follow. I don't. I really right now. I just as harsh as I want to say is that I don't give a damn. Because if I give a damn to every single thing in this life, I'm gonna be stressed out. So most of the time, I will tell everyone, whatever I do, whatever I say, if you follow, by all means follow. I will be happy to oblige to give you the best advice and even help out with you in the long run. But at the same time, when I sound harsh, is that sometimes I have to be harsh because in some situation, as the senior old man here, I have to give you guys the best advice so that you guys can learn to be on the right track. And even if you guys might say, "Oh, I understand this, I understand that," the thing is that when it comes to psychological stuff, it's very hard to understand the thinking of another person when you say that you understand. That's why I always give people the advice is that you have to stand on both ends. And that's the reason why I always say that I always stay neutral as long as possible. Because I want everyone to understand that standing in the middle is the hardest one of the whole damn thing. It's like I don't just stand on your side. I have to understand what your friend's thinking. But at the same time, I'll try to give you the understanding of what your friend is thinking, so that you understand what you are lacking, or maybe what you might not understand. It's not about me whether I understand or misunderstand. It's basically do you understand your friend properly? The pain or the suffering sometimes your friend might have been thinking about. So you need to be very careful on that though. Even if you say you understand him completely, the thing is that the way you approach might be giving the wrong impression, you know.
Okay, let's move. Keep your knees behind you.
If you have seen these guys grow, you should understand
Excellent.
that sometimes in some situation you have to use different way of method of doing stuff though. I will tell everyone that not every time you have to use the same method. Maybe sometimes you have to use the same method, but most of the time in different based on the situation you have to think out a new way to handle the situation. This is real life though. It's not like a novel writing where not like any web novel or whatever novel where everything is like choice is given for you and then you click on the choice and then you just hope for the best. Solution and scenario always based on what you're gonna say. He get hit off easily. I really understand that he's a pity person, you know. You say that he hit off easily. Before you tell me he hit off easily, I will say is he a pity person? Basically, a person who get pissed off easily. Or get jealous easily. I really understand your friend just from a few line of how you say your story, you know.
Fantastic.
He's like 15 right now.
Fantastic.
So he's a young. I was like thinking, is he a young kid right now? Okay, for child.
Nicely done.
Okay, one thing is that you need to. Okay, one child and adult is a little bit different. In this case,
Keep
I would
it
just say that for a young child, the way you have to approach is very different from how you approach an adult. Like for a child, right? You have to understand that when you actually telling a child, sometimes your luck work badly. You have to tell the person. You have to basically show it to him that sometimes your luck is just bad, and not in one game, but sometimes in different games. Like sometimes you might have good luck in Genshin Impact, but you might have bad luck in other games. For me, I don't really need to do that because my luck in Genshin is just weird. But the one thing is that for a young child, the reason okay, you already understand is it takes time for a child to understand. But at the same time, you have to offer out some help to the child because in a sense that you have to prove to him like sometimes show real life example that sometimes there are people who are worse luck than him. And at the same time, I feel like both you and your friend, right, always jump to conclusion very fast. Because the way you say about C6 Bayonet with Ganyu, the most ridiculous combo I ever hear. Yeah, I feel like both of you tend to use how people build their based on YouTube.
good. Increase your pace.
Then show to your friend your artifact, how bad your artifact is then. Show him that I may get the character but my artifact is bad. You have to think of ways to make him feel good. That's the most important thing. Whether he will accept is another thing though. Because the one thing is that that is actually not a very good a solution to the whole thing. Actually using like for some people, for some human, the one thing that a lot of people need to understand is that sometimes you don't really need to use a good solution. Sometimes you have to be harsh and show it to your friend like when you get a card like for your case like he got a very good chance of getting a good artifact but not the character he want in Genshin Impact. But the one thing you have to show proof to him is that your character is like seriously actually Kensan, your team com in Genshin Impact is really the worst at the moment, I would just say. But at the same time, if your friend needs to understand how to build the character, just recommend him to my channel and I'll try to tell him the best team combo. But the one thing is that when it comes to pulling character pulling all these things, I'll try you need to understand
Bend slow.
you have to show in your mood. Sometimes when you say that you got the weapon that I want but I don't have it, sometimes you have to show proof in a way that he got item that you want, you like in a very desperate way. You have to show it. It's like you just don't tell anyone like, oh you got this, I got that. It's like that doesn't help. You have to say like, but you got the weapon I want. Like for your kids, it's like sometimes I'm really jealous of many people. It's like everyone will notice when I say I'm jealous. I am genuinely jealous. I don't just tell anyone that I'm jealous. What the hell is that feeling? You have to show proof that you're very sincere on being jealous of people, you know. But even right now, when I'm exercising and talking at the same time, it's very tiring. And right now my voice is suffering. And then I'm still telling you the best advice. It's like maybe some people might like to see me suffering. I don't know. But one thing I'll just say that. Oh my god, it's tiring. 10 more minutes to Genshin Impact. Yeah, definitely still got 10 more minutes, but like I say, I'll be streaming later on, not now, or 10 minutes later. No. I still need to go and take a shower. I still need to go and eat some food before I start my stream. So that will take some time. But even if you have Diluc, the one thing is that you can't tell people like, oh, he got Diluc. The thing is, you have to like seriously say that after playing Genshin for how long do I get Diluc? Like for me, when anyone asks me how pissed off on getting Diluc for me is that I only get Diluc like after playing 1.5 years of Genshin Impact, you know? So there is a lot of people who actually ask me about how to build Diluc, and I was like, don't ask me. I didn't get Diluc. And I only get Diluc after spending 10k on trying to get Ayato. When I got Diluc on Ayato banner, I was both pissed off because I feel my 50-50, but at the same time I was happy because I got Diluc. Then you have to show that you're not just disappointed or jealous, you have to show that you're also pissed off again. For getting Diluc as his first 5-star and a 5-star before you have to show that you're generally jealous and pissed off at him. Like how is it? Or maybe showing him the same feeling that he showed you. Like for example, if he's crying, then you also have to show a sad impression of him getting good character than you. In standard, you got a 5-star great sword. Then you need to show that you're also sad. Tell him that, oh, show me, I need proof. And then when he show it to you, and then you show a very sad face. And maybe I don't think you need to cry, but at least show a sad face, something like that. The most important thing is sometimes you have to mirror the same. You have to sometimes mirror the same expression as what the person has though. It's not about he's who you wanted. It's not about that. There is actually a method in life which I always hardly teach anyone, because it's a method that I tend to use, is to mirror the person's expression and personality. Because one thing is that doing this might give the person the wrong impression that you're copying him, or maybe but the thing is that in some scenario, you have to mirror the same expression of feeling as the person, so that the person will understand. So it depends on the scenario that you have to show proof that, like for example, if he's showing you a sad face, then you have to show him the sad face. If he's showing an angry face, then you have to mirror the same angry face when you hit the same scenario or the same situation. Hello, Clarissa. Good morning. Do you sleep well? Although right now, because I'm speaking too much during exercise, I'm way tired than usual. Or is it that because I exercised way too much today? I have no idea. Oh my god. Yes. I mean, like, I will be finished on the exercise soon. I just need to do one more lap. And then I'll be done. Well, the one important thing is, how long have you not speak to your friend? Based on your answer, I will have to give you the advice whether you want to speak to him as soon as possible or not, or maybe give him some space and time. Oh my god. Talking and exercising at the same time is very tiring. I feel like I'm training my throat to be muscular. And the funny thing is that I still don't have, as a guy, is it weird for a guy not having a, unable to see his third apple? Dragon Ball Legend. That mobile game. Uh-huh. In case anyone asks me, I'm not training my throat to be thicker. But the one thing is that for me, I don't have a some people might say it's weird for a guy for not having an apple, but it's just very hard to see an apple on my throat though. Everyone in the guild, you know what you get. So you're telling me that you got a nice luck in Dragon Ball Legend? I feel like hands-on for you, right? You should stop playing any gacha game if possible. I'm not saying this as a joke. Like, basically what I'm thinking, right? For your scenario, what you need to... basically what you need to do is... Like... Make sure that you don't... It's not about whether you get good luck or bad luck though. It's like... If you go... It's like sometimes... If you want to continue playing, I'm not stopping you, don't get me wrong. If you like to play Dragon Ball Legend all the time, it's good that you can continue playing it. But to me, right, when a game is hurting a person, the relationship between you and your friend, most of the time for me, I'll give you two suggestions. One is to actually break up with the relation, or on another hand, you quit the game. These are two suggestions I always give to people. Is that and based on the decision, the best one for me is that I would like for me I would just say that the best way for you is just quit the game for all over, so that you don't offend people with your luck. For me, my luck just like for my case, my luck just works so weird and so differently to the point that sometimes I'm happy and sometimes I'm sad. Oh my god. And it just feels on some way. Yeah, I'm gonna stop the whole exercise with this, for God's sake. You stopped playing 4 years ago and you stopped playing a week ago. Then this is way easier to explain though. If you stopped playing like 1 week ago and you got like 4 weeks, like 4 years ago, then you have to show it to him. You have to show it to him that the effort you put in that game is not about good or bad. For that case, right, you have to show it to him that the effort of playing the game for a long period of time is actually something that you can't accumulate in 1 week. You have to show using Genshin Impact as a proof. Personally, I would say Genshin Impact is one of the best ways to show proof, because the one thing is that you can't get things done in like 1 week.
Nicely done.
The one thing I will just say that
Great.
best way for you, give both of you one day could basically. Okay, let me ask you one most important question right now. When is the last time you speak to him?
Keep it up. Yes. Yes. Awesome.
2 hours ago.
All right.
Okay, give each other, like basically mostly to him, half a day to cool down. Let him calm down,
Well done.
and then go to him. Not don't explain, don't say sorry, don't say thank you or whatever. Okay, don't say anything about sorry. Just say that. Have you calmed down? Something like that. If he's calmed down, then say that. Let's play some games. That's all you have to say. Don't talk about the luck.
Neat.
Oh, thank you for the single rose, great Lisa. Because for this case, right, Kensan, I don't think you or your friend owe each other apology. That's how I feel. The best way for you is to just talk to ask each other, ask your friend, have his calm down, and then let's play a game. That's all. You don't need to do anything or just the best suggestion is what I can think of at the moment.
Oh, challenge yourself. Good job. You
I know it seems a bit weird, but
okay.
if he's still not calm down, then at the same time just say that you give him some more time. But the most important thing is, all I can say for you and your friend, just sit down and play a game. But make sure
Keep it up.
the game is not Genshin or any gacha game. Alright?
Great.
Make sure it's not any gacha game.
Come on.
Make sure it's something like maybe some Mario Kart game or like I mean you got Super Mario Kart game, then maybe play that with your friend. Like play that. Don't play any game that is gacha related at all for now. I don't think you and your friends should touch gacha game for a while.
Now select the skill.
Oh, love it.
Stand and twist.
Oh.
Twist.
Because of the most important thing is that between you and your friend, seriously, both of you should not even touch Genshin Impact or Dragon Ball Legend for now. Don't touch them. Just play other game. There is 2-player game, but that both of you can enjoy and have fun. Definitely, I won't say half a day. If like your friend come down like maybe like 2 hours, 3 hours later, then that's also good enough. But make sure don't play gacha game for now. You and your friend shouldn't touch gacha game for now. That's all I can say. Oh my god. This is tiring though. Alright, let's start.
Okay.
I did okay 200 carry burn already. Oh.
Working your legs. Excellent. Amazing.
My god. Now we got summon.
Very nice.
And later on, when I play Genshin Impact, I'll be pulling, hopefully for Klee. But this is my third time pulling for Klee, you know. This is my freaking third time pulling for Klee. And both times when I pull for Klee, both times I get Jeans. Both times I play Klee, both times I get Jeans. Hopefully this time around I can get Klee. Hopefully. Imagine if I get Jin at the third banner. It's like I won't have a lot on getting clear. Or it's like Jin is telling me, no, I mean you're not gonna get her. The four guys, the Hanzo. Yeah, Hanzo is good though. He can be a good addition for your team. There is, if you got the right team combo for him, which I don't think you have at the moment. Oh wait, you don't have Ayaka, you can pair her with him. But so far based on Hanzo, ability, I feel like Hanzo is a good character to be paired up with like Xingqiu or Leyland. Kazuha maybe. Bennett Boy definitely one of them. Because you don't need to worry about the fire infusion. But I feel like Xingqiu, Fishu, Dragon Shogun, Shinobu, yeah, all these characters is one of the something that can pair very nicely with Hanzo.
Excellent. Nicely done.
Because he is technically another Sucrose but a melee style. A mini style Sucrose.
Nice.
It's just that I'm not sure about his passive ability. I need to check his passive ability to understand more. I'm getting very tiring. Oh my god. Give me.
Okay. Amazing.
Fill him with random artifact. You mean Hanzo? No. There is still for a memo character in Genshin Impact. There is only one artifact except for Cell. There is only one artifact for all a memo character except for Cell, and that is the Vandalin Force set. The Vandalin Force set is because all a memo ability will increase swaying effect by like 40 or by a lot though. Like I think it's 60%, right? Yeah, it was 60%, I think. It's like all the MMO is like you need to do sword damage with a memo character. And because of that, Vandalin set is the best set for all a memo. No matter whether they release earlier or later. It's always that set. It's not random set, alright? There's like like I always say, don't randomly build a character until you know how to. Because as for right now, we still don't sure about his ability. But when they say when they announce his ability, there is only one artifact set only so far. It's just that are we going to build EM, or are we going to build attack, a memo damage, and crit damage? Is that we still don't know. Are we going to build him full attacker, sub TPS, or support? But as for right now, I'm leaning towards attack. Based on them explaining the way they describe the character. Because right now he's giving me a razor, but a memo razor. So, in a sense, it's that Hanzo to me at the moment is like a razor and sucrose combined. He's punching his enemy, something like Razor do. Razor, when his E ability is like to crawl his enemy in front of him. It's the same style. What team accept him? Like I mentioned, character that you want to have their burst or E ability that stay on the outside. One of them I already mentioned earlier. Xingqiu is one of them.
Fantastic. 10 more.
Beidou is another one of them.
Great.
Beidou Xingqiu is one of the combo that I can think out of.
Excellent.
Increase EM by 80 for 10 seconds except for him. All the more you have to build character like fish. There is actually one team comp that right now I'm telling some everyone can try it out for now. It's basically I'm not gonna do both one to try to do both way. Okay. There is actually two team comp I'm thinking for him. It's basically the Taser team as well as the right one Taser team is definitely one of them. The other one is basically the national team. So basically it's Hanzo, Xingqiu, Bennett, and Xiangling, the national team. And then there is the other one which is basically the Taser team, which is Hanzo, Xingqiu, Beidou, and Shinobu or Fishu depending on which one you have. And right now they are giving us free Fishu. So in a way you can say that Fishu can be a good addition to Hanzo as a team.
Looking great.
He is gonna be a TPS character, you know. In a way, a sub TPS to be exact.
Tough one, but you can do it. Shake it.
So basically what one of the team that I just recommend, like Beidou, Xingqiu, Fishu or Shinobu, together with Hanzo. Basically Fishu or is either Shinobu or Fishu for as one as the battery, but I would recommend Shinobu because she can heal. So basically, and then Beidou as well as Xingqiu. And then what you want to do is basically Xingqiu burst, Beidou burst, then Fishu E or Shinobu E, then switch to Hanzo and then start attacking with him. With Oxzone. Right now I can't commit on the weapon right now. I can't commit on the weapon because another thing is the least favorite weapon, the Sacrificial Catalyst, might be also a good weapon on him. The Sacrificial Catalyst weapon can also be good on him right now. That is one of the forgotten Catalyst weapon in Genshin Impact. So right now, like I mentioned, it's very hard to. The reason why I say it again, I don't want to commit right now is because there is still many things I have not tried, and it's just based on theory right now. It's practical. It's not practical. It's just theory. So it's very hard to commit right now for me. Like sacrificial pigment with basically the catalyst. That might be good on him, you know. So it's very hard for me to commit to indicate is Hansel good with whatever weapon. Is that there are many catalyst weapons in Genshin Impact that is very hard to commit. Which one is good? So it's really hard for me to commit right now. Which one to recommend for Hansel in Genshin Impact? That's why I need to understand his ability and his game style of using which weapon. Oh my god, it's tiring me. Oh. Yeah. Oh.
You made it.
Oh.
You need to rest.
RPG 3 3好笑地了解咯。Super Hit 3好笑地。Sorry, right now I usually sound very tired because I've been speaking and exercising throughout this whole time. That's why I sound very tired and sleepy. Sound very tired at the moment. Yeah, I'm playing I'm doing the ring fit at the moment. So it's basically I'm exercising. And speaking at the same time, maybe that may me out of breath easily, but I'll be ending the exercise soon. I already reached the 200 carry burn already. I already did the 200 already carry burn, so I'm actually sweating a lot. And I need to prepare to do the Genshin stream later on. I mean, 2.8 Genshin Impact is coming out, so I'll be playing that later on. But the one thing is that I need to go and take a shower whatsoever. Doing great, that's good to know. There's ESP portal for Artifact. But there's many things that I want to try out, so that's the reason why I'll be playing Genshin Impact later. And normally when I do Genshin stream, it's always at night time, but because of the release 2.8 in the morning, I'll be doing that like after I go and take a shower, eat a bit of something to eat. I haven't eaten anything yet. And once I eat that, I'll be starting the stream like immediately. Alright. Once you're taking a break, finish for today. Don't forget, it's not about. Oh my god, this tiring me. Alright, let's try the exercise today. I don't think I did too much squat. Why squat 21, squat 53, 70. I guess I did 70 squat, that's good enough. Oh, what's making me tired though? Actually, which exercise do I did a lot today? Oh, never mind. Let's do the cooldown exercise. Maybe it must be because I was talking and exercising at the same time. Talking and exercising is not really a cool way of exercising. It's just me, my voice not really. Oh my goodness me!
Spread your feet.
Spread my feet.
And hold your left wrist. While pulling
My
on your wrist,
goodness.
tilt your right and stretch your side.
I need to drink some water later.
Return to your original position.
Although I recommend drinking chocolate milk after exercising.
The other way.
But as for right now, I'm actually more on my throat issue, so I think I might have to drink a little bit more water. Drink a cup of water. Yeah. I wonder what I should put later on.
Bring yourself back slowly.
Maybe I should put some easy to make pasta. If I make.
Raise both arms.
Seriously, I have no idea.
Left elbow. Stretch your upper arms while pulling your elbow.
One thing is that I don't have additional cheese. I don't have much cheese to make the sauce though. Let's see how it goes later.
Now do the same on the
Oh
opposite
my
side.
goodness. Oh yes, I almost forgot I can make cold soba.
Be careful not to
I just remember I got cold soba. I think you know what guys, later I'll make cold soba. The most easier thing that I can ever make out.
bring yourself back slowly.
Oh,
Put your right foot forward and cross your legs.
I'll make cold soba later.
And stretch the back of your left leg.
Oh.
Hold it like that for a little longer.
Oh.
Straighten up and switch legs.
I'll make a cold soba.
Stretch the opposite side.
My leg.
Breathe slowly as you hold.
It's tired.
Slowly straighten up, bit by bit, starting with your back. Put your right foot forward and put your hands on your hips. Bend your right knee and stretch out your left calf.
Okay, I'll just play your Genshin Impact.
Now switch
Don't need
legs.
to worry. Also, Seriously, doing exercising.
If your heel goes
It's
off the
tiring.
ground. Bring yourself back slowly. Rotate your hands behind your back and grasp your left wrist. While pulling your wrist to the right, lower your hip the same way. Bring your neck back up and stretch in the opposite direction as well. Focus on stretching all the way from your neck to each shoulder. Bring yourself back slowly. And your stretching is complete. Good job.
Alright. Okay, I'm all better. Oh, yeah, I earlier I do need a deep breath though. A very, very deep breath, I would say. But in any way, yeah, let's see the tip for the day. Tell me about vitamin A. Vitamin A may help to maintain teeth, bone, and vision. Vitamin A, also known as retinol, may also help maintain your teeth, bone, and various soft tissue. It may also support your vision. It's found in cold liver oil, eggs, fortified breakfast cereal, fortified skim milk, and orange and yellow fruit and vegetables. Well, in case anyone asks me, I've been drinking a lot of fruit juice, so I guess I got a lot of vitamin A. I think. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, like, basically, in case anyone asks me, I tend to, I don't really eat, fruit a lot, but I tend to drink fruit just because it's much easier for me. Like, just basically just get one glass and then drink every single thing in one shot. I know that some people will be who want much healthier choice definitely have to choose the fresh fruit, but for me I tend to drink because I like sweet fruit. Like basically just drinking fruit juice is much sweeter and much easier. As well as it tastes sweet and nice. Unless you don't like sweet, then don't look at me. I mean, like basically, I tend to drink half a carton of the fruit juice though. Like basically one day I'll just drink half a carton. I drink quite a lot of fruit juice per day. Like normally they say you need at least 1 cup. We should help you with 1 day of 1 day portion of fruit juice vitamin. But personally, I tend to drink like half a carton. So I guess that's like 2.5 cups. I don't know. But in any case, just drink. If you guys prefer to eat fruit or drink fruit juice, depending on which one you. Just make sure have enough vitamin in your body. Like, I mean, personally, as much as I love to eat cold soba, I won't be like eating just cold soba. You know, I'll be just eating cold soba and one serving, maybe 1 or 2 serving, and then either I will add a bit more meat. You need protein. If you don't like meat, you can just use tofu. I mean, tofu is also another good way though. You know, since I got tofu, maybe I will eat the cold tofu later on. Tofu with cold soba. I mean, right now Japan is very hot, piping hot. Eating something cool and nice might be a better choice or action. I mean, I need to cool my body down, so maybe that might be a good way. I'll just cook. I need to cook the cold soba. It'll take a while. Okay. In any case, right now I need to start preparing myself for the next stream in Twitch. I believe it's Twitch. I'll be playing Genshin Impact 2.8. I think it's already downloaded on my PlayStation, so I'll be doing that. I'll be streaming that later on. As for now, I still got 35 minutes before the next stream, but I might take 1 hour, so give me a while while I'm preparing for that. So just see how it goes first. I mean, if I eat fast, I'll definitely stream fast. But if not, just give me some time to eat first. I mean, I'll definitely try to do it. I will do the stream later on as soon as possible on Twitch. So you can just write Hamika Kita at Twitch and you should be able to find me easily. Oh my god. As for right now, I need to go and take a shower because right now I'm actually sweating. My whole body is sweating a lot. Like seriously, I'm really very sticky right now. So I will go and take a shower, and then I'll be back to do the Genshin Impact stream. So for everyone, so for now, we'll talk again later on at Twitch. I will be streaming on Twitch at although I might indicate one at my I might indicate one. I might come back at around 2 o'clock. Maybe yes, no. I am not very sure, but see how it goes. But I can assure you guys, I'll be doing Genshin 2.8 stream later on. So for everyone watching this right now in the morning, have a good day. Everyone watching this at night time, have a good night rest. We'll talk at the next stream or video.